a heavy weight you've been trying to hold on to, but you can lay it all down with me. 'Cause in the end, I'm just trying to show you you don't need more pain and misery. And baby, 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 you gotta hold on to what we got. And give me, give me, give me all of your love. All of your love. Yeah, baby, 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 you gotta hold on to what we got. And give me, give me, give me all of your love. All of your love. 'Cause me and you got a good thing going. Don't cast it off. Just let this love keep showing. Yeah. Ooh. You're tired and you're growing weary. I'm here to give you everything you need. Your heartaches and pain will all heal with time, girl. Your love is mine if we plant the seed. And baby, 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 you gotta hold on to what we got. And give me, give me, give me all of your love. All of your love. Yeah, baby, 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 you gotta hold on to what we got. And give me, give me, give me all of your love. All of your love. Oh. Well, it is Wednesday, and it's a good morning. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to MessyMocha. So I'm coming on early, as far as I'm concerned, after staying up a little bit later last night. So I've got some things I want to get done. Jumping on for maybe 15, 20 minutes, coffee break. Cover the news, perhaps, or just listen to some music. Not so sure. You might just hear me. I was racing back to my desk here because I needed to put my little dog up. He started barking. And you know that I'm trying to train him, right, to be quiet while I'm broadcasting. But I had to just put him in his little room for now. Good morning to each and every one of you. Cups of Conversation. I see you came in first. You say driving but listening in. Well, I'm glad that you are listening. So good morning. Grab your cup and let's sip this mocha up. Nicole Shaw comes in by saying good morning, Miss Teddy. Good morning to you, Mods Chat and Bear Cave. You know what, Nicole Shaw, you have a last name that I've seen, coming through on other, I'll just say on other social media, just the last name, not your first name. So I've seen a couple of more Shaws. It's kind of interesting. All right. Glad you are around. You've been around for quite some time now. Mm-hmm. Junebug says, good morning, all. Teddy, Cups, and Nicole. All right. So Again, we're counting it down. Tomorrow's the deadline that I need to get documents into the court. You guys already know about that. So I'm wrapping some things up today, along with, um, some stops to get that completed. And and then we'll wait for the response. All right. What else? Do you hear music in the background? Let me put my headphones on. Last night, by the way, when I was broadcasting, I listened to it quickly this morning and I could hear the little, tick-tock in the back. And I wanted to change that background to more of a mellow sound. So at night, um, if you're hearing anything or during my broadcast, music in the background that you think might be too loud, I don't mind. Just send me a little notes in the email, make a comment in the chat. I want it to be right. Okay. So let's get on to this morning's news, and it's all about the tariffs that have gone into place or went into place after midnight. So let me just pull that up for a moment. I did see it. And the latest on Trump's presidency as these massive U.S. tariffs escalate global trade. Uh-oh, that's my phone. All right. Thought I could take a break. We'll just have it ring. My apologies. What you need to know. Response to Trump's sweeping tariffs. The U.S. slapped more tariffs on dozens of adversaries and allies. Chinese goods were hit with a minimum of 104% tariff, with Beijing announcing retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. The European Union also backed its first countermeasures in response to the 25% tariffs of the U.S. imposed on steel and aluminum exports. As a matter of fact, China has already, I believe, responded, and other countries since last night have said things that will go into effect on April 15th. So the eyes are all on the markets today. Stocks in Europe and Asia were mostly lower after tariffs hit, with several $1 trillion in the market. Value of U.S. stocks erased. Boom, just like that. Since Trump announced the tariffs, forecasts of a global recession have grown. So again, keep your eyes on your money and your investments and just sit back for the ride. You got to have a stomach, for your portfolio. All right. CNN is going to be hosting a town hall tonight with independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. I wonder how old Bernie Sanders is. He's a lawmaker, a progressive whose caucuses with Democrats has been on the road to multiple cities as he attempts to find a path forward, as many Americans call for a stronger strategy from the Democratic Party to counter Trump. As a matter of fact, that last rally, hands off, I've been seeing some, commentary on it, and notably pictures that were taken of the rally. Something is missing from the crowds, and at least some people are noting that African Americans did not come out in the big amount of turnouts for this hands-off rally as you would normally see. And one person commented that people are just tired. They're tired of showing up, supporting, and then people, some African Americans, they're just frustrated with their first to show up, support initiatives, support rallies, support get behind, and then to be left out in the cold. So maybe some of that is true. Some of that is true. African American people they just stayed out for that one. Yes, I did read it. I listened to commentary, and I guess for some, rightfully so, I see that. Cups of Conversation. You agree, or we put that up there. I didn't see it until just now. Black people stayed home. Why do you think that uh, they stayed home? I mean, because the issue was supposed to be, all about Doge and what Elon Musk is doing and his department and, cuts and uh, workers cuts and it just cuts all over, cuts across various departmental agencies within the government. hmm What about DEI and all of that? What do you think about it? Okay. You can email me right now at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. So, what does this U.S. export to China? What do we export? Hmm. So, in terms of dollars, 143.5 billion worth of goods to China just last year. This according to US Trade Representative. The top exports per the US International Trade Commission were soybeans, civilian aircraft engines and parts, microchips, microassemblies including their parts, pharmaceutical items including vaccines, petroleum, gas and oil, cars, and vehicles. Now, with China slapping an 84% tariff on U.S. goods in retaliation for U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs, these U.S. exports will be affected starting tomorrow. Some, like soybeans, were already subject to tariffs, albeit at much lower level. When China introduced tariffs on soybeans in the past, that hurt American farmers. U.S. exports of soybeans declined sharply immediately after China put tariffs in place, and that was in 2018. The EU backs first countermeasures against U.S. tariffs. That's right. The European Union has backed its first countermeasures against tariffs imposed by the United States after member states today approved a proposal made in response to 25% tariff the U.S. placed on EU's steel and aluminum exports. Quoting, the EU considers U.S. tariffs unjustified and damaging, causing economic harm to both sides as well as global community and its economy. The EU has stated its clear preference to find negotiated outcomes with the US which would be balanced and mutually beneficial, the European Commission said in a statement. It said it would start to collect duties from 18 or it's more. All right, so this is to begin April the 15th, stressing that these countermeasures can be suspended at any time. And I think that's also true. Let me just take your comment off the screen. Sorry, Cubs. I think it's also true. Trump imposed these tariffs. He could, turn around and after various countries, nation members, showing up, calling the White House and saying, they want to make a deal, and that's been the talk. Perhaps one by one, depending on the deal that is cut, Trump may, back off of some of these tariffs, but this up and down is definitely going to affect prices and the response that we are seeing already. All right, so again, the EU responded. So these are the countries expected to begin talks with U.S. on tariffs. As President Donald Trump's new tariffs take effect, with his representatives on deals they hope could see the duties erased. So let's look at those who might meet and soon start talks. Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Italy, Israel, Cambodia, Thailand, and the United Kingdom. So more measures. Let's see the rate. The EU or European Union, 20%. Mexico, 25%. These are the percentages slapped on by Trump. China, 104%. Canada, 25%. Followed by Japan, 24%. Vietnam, 46%. I wonder what we trade with Vietnam. Probably, I'm thinking like goods produced, maybe clothing, something like that. South Korea, 25%. Taiwan, 32%. India, 26%. United Kingdom, 10%. Switzerland, 31%. Thailand, 36%. Malaysia, 24%. Singapore, 10%. Brazil, 10%. Indonesia, 32%. Israel, 17%. Colombia, 10%. Turkey, and Australia, followed by the same 10%. Finally, with this tariffs, the U.S. dollar hits a 6-month low after Trump's new tariffs take effect. Now you can tell I'm just trying to get through this. Hope you don't mind. So on to Virginia. There was a shooting. A mass shooting in northeastern Virginia. That happened on Tuesday that left at least 3 people dead and 3 others wounded, authorities said. The incident occurred around 5:30 p.m. at a townhouse complex in Spotsylvania County. The 3 injured victims were taken to local hospital with gunshot wounds. At this time, their conditions have not been released. A manhunt is currently underway for 1 or more gunmen who are still on the loose, and officials are urging the public to remain indoors. Authorities also ask that witnesses to the shooting send in any video that could help with the investigation. On to IRS resignations. Acting IRS Commissioner Melanie Krause informed her staff on Tuesday that she is planning to leave the agency. Krause's decision comes on the heels of a finalized agreement for the IRS to hand over sensitive taxpayer information to the Department of Homeland Security to help the Trump administration find and deport undocumented immigrants. Krause is the 3rd IRS chief to leave the agency since Trump came back in office. IRS Commissioner Danny Bell resigned. That was on Inauguration Day. Doug O'Donnell, the acting commissioner who succeeded Werfel, refused to sign the data sharing agreement with DHS in February and retired a short time later. Krause then took over in an acting capacity. Wow, so 1, 2, 3 down. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent ultimately signed the Memorandum of Understanding with the DHS. So, again, IRS doesn't want to release sensitive documents that might help to identify immigrants who should not be in the country, I guess, illegal immigrants. What is this? AP ruling. A federal judge ruled Tuesday that the White House decision to punish the, Associated Press, it's unconstitutional. Yeah. So if you recall, I'll just put it in my own terms, the AP was kicked out of the Oval Office and the White House press pool. And now a federal judge ruled, essentially, they should be allowed to cover. So Trump curtailed the AP's ability to cover the White House because the wire service continued to use the phrase, get this, here's why they got kicked out, Gulf of Mexico after he renamed the body of water Gulf of America. The judge also noted that while the AP wasn't entitled to the first in line every time, permanent press pool access it previously had, it cannot be treated worse than its pure wire services. The court merely declares that the AP's exclusion has been contrary to the First Amendment and it enjoins the government from continuing down that unlawful path. The White House has 1 week to appeal the decision. And finally, college funding. The Trump administration is targeting 2 more elite schools in connection with what it calls ongoing, credible, and concerning Title VI investigations. The federal statute prohibits discrimination in programs and activities that receive federal funding. A White House official said the administration plans to freeze $790 million in funding for Northwestern University. That's a lot of money to be frozen. And more than $1 billion in funding for Cornell University, though neither school had been notified yet. The administration took similar actions against Brown, Columbia, Harvard, and Princeton as punishment for how the institutions handled last year's student demonstrations against Israel's war in Gaza and in protest of the school's diversity, equity, and inclusion program. Ooh. So, DEI, you support that, your schools, and you receive federal funding. More have been targeted to freeze the funds. Cornell said, and that's my words, Cornell said it also received more than 75 stop work orders from the Department of Defense related to research projects. All right, so we got through the 5 things that we should know. It is now 10:23, about 7 minutes, and I'm going to wrap this broadcast up. All right. Again, you can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Let me see in advance. Keep your earphones on. I do plan to come back later tonight, and I hope that you have a great Wednesday. So now let me check my email, play one song, and I will come back. Let's see if I can find something. How about this one? Fly Back to Me, Gloria Tells.
You're like the wind. You're like a butterfly. Need to be seen. You always need to fly. You always leave. You never tell me where. You need the wind, the wind. It always takes you there. Always the same routine in the morning. You always leave me without a warning. Without you here, babe, I'm feeling lonely. Come on and calm down my body, baby. I need your healing now, so don't leave. Spare me this feeling. healing now. But it's okay now, as long as you're here. As long as I know you fly back to me. But it's okay now, as long as you're here. As long as I know you fly back to me. You're like a dream. You're like a waterfall floating downstream. Once again I fall. Always the same routine in the morning. You always leave me without a warning. Without you here, babe, I'm feeling lonely. Come on and calm down my body, baby. I need your healing now. So don't leave. Spare me this feeling now. But it's okay now. As long as you're here. As long as I know you fly back to me. But it's okay now. As long as you're here. As long as I know you fly back to me. But it's okay now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. But it's okay as long as you're here. But it's okay now. As long as you're here. As long as I know you fly back to me, baby. It's okay now.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's pause. No more music. We're counting it down to 10:30. Well, that's going to do it for me. But before I say goodbye to everyone, I want to throw your comment back up on the screen. Cups of Conversations, when we were talking about the hand down protest, responds by saying, because we always fighting. We're always fighting. Let them do it. Us, 92%, go mind our business for the next 3 years. LOL. Just kind of sit back. Yeah. Could always depend on African American support and showing up for these rallies, for these causes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just marching. Yeah, how effective are all of these marches going to be right now? Yeah, marches really, for civil rights, that it worked. And yes, I guess rallies and, bringing up, um, increasing the volume, it helped. It does. But when you look out into the crowd in the next probably year or so, I agree. The faces will not be the same that they were always expected to be. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's going to do it for me. I see Pam coming in, says, I'm here listening. You've got a plumber here looking at your kitchen sink. Hey, everyone. Yeah, those plumbers, they come out early in the morning. I get it. Yeah, I had to, have things recently taken care of myself because of plumbing issues. Yeah, in my kitchen. Yeah. I hope that you have a good day. I see Vicky says good day. Again, I've already said biggest bear hugs, but I can do it again. To the honey bears and the grizzlies. That should do it for me. It is now 10:30. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Goodbye, everyone, and have a great Wednesday.
'cause I don't know how this gonna end. Oh no. Tell me now, tell me something, 'cause I don't wanna be just friends. No, no. Yeah. Hear me out, hear me out. That can make you do the craziest things. Yeah. I didn't mean to hurt you, babe. Oh no. If you decide to leave, you will help me anyway. Maybe I am too naive, but I'm choosing to believe that you will give me another chance. Oh, so tell me now, can we find love? Can we go back to where we were? All I want is to love you, start all over. Tell me now, yeah, yeah. Don't leave, wait a minute. Let me make up for the wrongs I did. I did. I'm just a human, I admit it. What will it take for you to forgive me? Forgive me. If you decide to leave, you would help me anyway. Maybe I am too naive, but I'm choosing